What's up, everybody? On a podcast now. I'm Alex, and breaking news, really, at the time I'm even recording this, the Black Panther EA game has been shut down. We live in a world now, by the way, no Wonder Woman game, no Black Panther game. It's rough out there. So, as the story goes, we don't know why. I'll speculate as to why in a second, but as of now, we know the game was canceled, and we also know that the studio was shut down, and this was a new studio that was kind of built to do this. This is a game that's been in development for a while. It was announced back, I believe, in 2023, and that's rough. I mean, truly it is. So, came from IGN, who broke the news, and originally came from EA's entertainment president, Laura Mayel, and they say they affect people who we've worked with, learned from, and shared real moments with. These decisions are hard, of course, was the first part. We're doing everything we can to support them, including finding opportunities within EA. We've had success helping people land in new roles, and the decision was made to sharpen our focus and put our creative energy behind the most significant growth opportunities. And then also a part of this was, remember, this game was part of a 3-part deal between EA and Marvel. It included the Iron Man game, right, which seems to be okay right now, and then there's an unannounced game as well. This was game 2 of those 3 games. So okay, just taking their own words, you know what I mean, the growth opportunity, and I guess that kind of ties into what I'm thinking about a little right now. Okay, the speculation I was thinking before I even read into it, right, is that it's too costly. Is that, because it's rough, it's like I do understand it, but then you also freaking hate it, right? Because we understand, right, if you pay attention to these things, the contract prices are insane. So when you make a game based off of like Marvel, Disney, all this, really those are the two we hear about so often. They are insanely expensive. So when I say Disney, I guess like say Star Wars, right? To do a Star Wars license, to do a Marvel license. Remember, we learned this even through Insomniac, through the hack, which hack terrible, this knowledge not that terrible, because we learn these contracts can be in the hundreds of millions. And these are on top of the development budget, right? And if you want to break the contract, it's even more. So I think Spider-Man 2 cost them like $100 million just for the license. And then if you want to break that contract, good luck to you, because you're never going to be able to do that. So now you need to not only recoup the development costs, which could be $200 million. Then you also have to do the licensing fee, right? How much you paid to acquire that license. Insane. So I do genuinely want to say, like, I can get it. Like, if you're making this Black Panther game and it's costing EA, we don't know, but say it even costs $200 million. That's a lot of money. That game needs to sell like 4, 5, 6 million to start making money. And it's not always a guarantee that a game can do that, right? It should. A Black Panther game, I feel like done well, would be unreal and big, but you don't know. So there's a part of me that gets it, at least if they're coming at it from that perspective. Now, the issue is the way they say it could tie into that, right? Because they could be thinking that. But the way they word it, honestly, to me, sounds like they're saying, well, look, this is a single-player Black Panther game. We're looking for growth opportunities. So we're looking for things like Apex. We're looking for things like Battlefield. We're looking for the sports games, of course, our money makers. Growth opportunities, right? Like opportunities to grow. Our single-player games in the vein of Black Panther, are those what they're looking for? And the answer is probably no, and then you throw in like the extra fees to do it. Remember a little while ago, I think when Jedi Survivor came out, there was a lot of talk and maybe even confirmation that the EA was pulling out of this stuff. They don't want to do more Star Wars games. They don't, but then maybe that was a rumor, because I think they said they still have like a desire to do it. But point being, I do think there's some like skepticism within the industry that they don't really want to mess with these contracts anymore. And it's understandable, and it's also infuriating, because it's like you can make good stuff. We've gotten good stuff from these licenses, right? But then it's like you don't even have fun ones. Like Midnight Suns, right, is a different fun game, but like nobody really buys it because it's so kind of niche. But you only get a game like that when you know, like you can, I guess, make the type of game, but to connect it with Marvel is really cool. But like, not just you have to make your money back, but you have to do the licensing stuff back too. And it's like, it's too much. So these are really videos and messages to the Disneys and those people of the world they're killing it in a negative way. They're like destroying it because games are hard enough to make money back nowadays. Then they charge so much and you make it impossible to work with you. You make it impossible to rent a license because you're screwed. You're not going to make that money back. So I really believe that has a lot to do with it. But, as they say, and they don't really give a reason. I mean, that's what the rest of the IGN thing said too. It's like, well, they didn't say how many people specifically were fired because, like the team shut down, but I'm sure some of them will find jobs within EA. So it's not going to be the full team that lost their job. So they didn't give full numbers, and they didn't give like a specific, like the game was in massive trouble. There's also, I guess I didn't talk about that. There's no guarantee this game was going all that well. We don't know. We didn't hear anything about it. There was the one very controversial story. I think a person that was working there that was only hiring one race to work with them, and that was very stupid to say out loud. Not a fan. I think I made a video about that a while back. You can look into that if you want. There was that one controversy, but beyond that, we didn't even know. Like, we knew the type of game, but we didn't see anything. We didn't hear anything. There was no updates. There was no even rumor that the game was doing good, doing bad. Honestly, I pray for Iron Man because I think Motive is incredibly talented. I have a lot of faith in that Iron Man game. They're hiring, so clearly things maybe are going better there. But things can change on like a drop of a dime, right? Because that's kind of what we got here. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on. I hope to see you all on the next one.